Hi friends, hope you're doing well. Last week I was talking with our good friend Chris Butler, and I think as you know we're kind of gear geeks. He had bought one of my fuzzy booths that I made in collaboration with our other good friend Jestin Puett from Soul Shaker Amplification. But I wanted to talk about a very special company and person, a woman named Fran Blanche. And I believe she's living in Philadelphia now, but when she started making pedals, the Frantone brand, she was operating in New York City, I believe, first from the Lower East Side of Manhattan and then to Brooklyn. But this pedal is one of Chris's, and we're always kind of swapping things and trying it out. But I thought that Fran definitely deserves a mention because she's a very brilliant person, not only with guitar effects, but also all kinds of design. She had a corset company. She still may have that, making Victorian style small-waisted corsets. Very interesting person. Definitely one of the smartest persons extant to the extent that you could be. Anyway, so Chris had loaned me, this was one of her first designs. She started on, I believe in 1994, building a simple fuzz box because she wanted to get like a big muff, which is a very ubiquitous pedal, but she couldn't afford one, so she went to Radio Shack and bought some components and built her own. So fast forward a bit, and she tweaked her designs in what she calls the Fran Lab, and this was one of her first pedals that belongs to Chris. I believe this one was made in 2003. It's the Frantone Brooklyn Overdrive. This thing sounds awesome, as you heard in the beginning of the video, and it's built like a tank. Fran's not currently making pedals because she's just a real perfectionist. She doesn't like to outsource things, definitely not to China. She likes to keep everything local. So she was doing everything from the circuit boards to the designs, all the electronics, the painting, and she kind of shied away from a while, but one of the first overdrive pedals that she made was called the Sweet, which Lou Reed used. She makes another one called a Cream Puff and another one called the Peach Fuzz, but this was one of her earlier ones, and it's absolutely killer. Like a lot of good overdrive or distortion pedals, if you back up on the volume of the guitar like I did earlier, it cleans up but gives it sparkle. And actually today there's a film being released by Reverb, the musical equipment site, called The Pedal Movie, and I know that Fran is in it. But another cool anecdote about Fran, when I was living in London, one of my friends there, Roger Mayer, who had designed the Octavia for Jimi Hendrix, and he's still making pedals today. Roger was always kind of annoyed that other people had stolen his circuit designs. I don't need to go in and say who, but he was pissed at all of them. The only person I ever heard him say anything positive about was Fran Blanche, saying her designs are unique and interesting, and so I thought that was pretty cool. And I believe today with a lot of pedals, people just tend to clone circuits, paint them, rebrand them, and call them their own. But Frans are truly unique. So thank you, Fran Blanche. Thank you, Chris Butler, for the loan of this awesome pedal. Drive, tone, and volume. Runs on a 9-volt battery or with the 9-volt adapter. So just a shout out to our Gear Geekdom family. And I hope that Fran starts making pedals again. Right now her website is up, but there's no order options. That may change. I know she had done a Kickstarter project to get back up about 3 years ago, which was hugely successful. But I think she may be concentrating her efforts elsewhere. So subsequently, these have become collector's items and very spendy, but great tone is great tone. So I'm going to mess around with a little more, and thanks very much. Have a great day. Rock on. Okay, so I'm playing my Rick Kelly Esquire, another killer New York City made thing from the bones of old New York. I think I've talked about this in a previous Patreon episode, but it's a great Esquire. I'm going into my Soul Shaker amp, built by Jestin Puett, Soul Shaker amp, and into the Frantone Brooklyn Overdrive. Here's my clean tone. Kick it, Fran.